Jesus said in the book of Matthew chapter 7 and in verse 21 that not everyone that say unto me, Lord, Lord, shall enter into the kingdom of heaven, but he that doeth the will of my Father which is in heaven. Now, what is the will of God? The will of God is that we keep his commandment. What is God's commandment? Matthew chapter 22 and I read verse 37. The Bible said, and Jesus said unto him, thou shalt love the Lord thy God with all thy heart and with all thy soul and with all thy might. This is the first and great commandment. And the second is like unto it, thou shalt love thy neighbor as thyself. On these two commandments hang all the law and the prophets. So this is the will of God, that we keep his commandment. We love him and that we love our neighbor. You remember in Genesis chapter 2 and in verse 17, when God told Adam that of the tree of the knowledge of good and evil, that you should not eat thereof, because in the day you eat it, you will die. That was God's commandment. That was God's desire, that he don't touch that law, that tree. But on the day that he touched the tree, what happened? He died. God, in the book of Genesis chapter 3 and the last verse, said that God chased Adam and Eve out of the Garden of Eden. So if you don't keep the law of God, if you don't keep the desire, the will of God, God is going to drive you out of his kingdom. Like he drove Adam and Eve out of the Garden of Eden, he's going to drive you out of this kingdom. So I ask you now, do you love God with all your heart, all your soul, with all your mind? Do you also love your neighbor? Because if you don't do this, you won't get into the kingdom of God.